I
Okay.
hate this.
Yeah. How do I remove it?
You can't. I think it's just a new feature.
No, because I remember it used to be a temporary feature, and like, okay, I don't know. I'm too lazy to figure it out, and it already started recording. So, if you guys didn't hear that, I don't know if it comes in the recording, and probably it doesn't come in the recording. There was just a random Siri like voice saying, "Recording is now started."
Oh my god.
Every time,
This
every
is only the second. I don't
time.
know what you're talking about.
Oh man, shut up. Second is
Bro.
high enough. So welcome back to PongalCast, everyone. This is episode 2, season 2. It's been a while. It's actually been a while. I haven't talked to Madhav since the last one. Let me just put some lights on. Yeah.
I know, right? He's become way too famous because
Oh, bro.
this
Yeah.
guy, he has acquired the president of student
Okay,
council.
okay. We'll talk about that soon. So yeah. The
Bro,
original
what did he
plan.
do? The sun on your.
It's just a light because it's super dark in this new camera angle. So yeah. Basically it's been the original idea was to do some other stuff for this episode, but considering, just one second. Madhav, can you not like just keep them entertained while I have to go do stuff? This is a podcast, Madhav. People
I
can
thought your
listen to.
parents could see me, so I tried to look as dead as possible.
Very nice. I mean, I guess my mom could see you, but yeah, sure. She just wanted to see if there were any glasses here, and I gave it to her. So yeah, since we haven't talked in a while, like a long while, because 12th. So I thought we could just talk. And as Madhav has stated, I had acquired the greatest post. Screw head boy. Head boy sucks, honestly. It's just considering the current head boy we have. So mm,
Ah, boy, gone.
I don't. If I speak, I am in big trouble. Uh, so I'll talk about that
Someone's
later.
gonna
But
snitch. Someone's gonna link this to him.
oh yeah,
No
100%. But yeah, don't worry, bro. I love you, bro. But yes, so I managed to secure the my favorite position in the prefectorial board of our school, which is the president of student council, which means I take the shots now. I decide the policies of the school, so I can finally promote my communist agendas. And Advay is the head of editorial, so he will support me. Um, a lot of communist propaganda coming your way. But let's talk about the journey. So, what were your thoughts on it? Because you wanted to talk about it. First, did you vote for me?
Yes, I even sent you a video of
Yeah,
me speed running.
you sent me a video, but still, just want to
I will be
confirm.
honest. Who's the other? I didn't expect the other guy to be there.
Oh, honestly, I expected it, but I didn't want it to be true. I was just so like I'll talk about this.
Hundred
So
percent thought it was you and uh,
Varun,
yeah, yeah. I thought names weren't allowed, so I'm just
person,
trying to.
I mean Varun's fine. Varun's cool. Personally, it was
Yeah.
between me, Varun, and uh, the other AK. I don't know if I should say his name.
Uh,
The other two, the other candidate, other than the one we will be talking about soon, he was good, but he just didn't have the full confidence to really be this thing. But he got another post, which is cool. He's the only one out of the rest who got another post, which sucks because Varun's very good at like stuff like this. He's been helping me out as well in the PSE stuff,
I
but
thought
we'll come to
Varun
that
would
later.
get the editorial one.
He
Although.
didn't apply for editorial. He applied for cultural, which Ashland got.
Oh.
Shit, I said his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, okay, fine. So yeah, basically for people who don't know about this, our school has this prefectorial board, I'm pretty
I
sure all the
no,
people
they might
watching
know
this are.
what president of student council is. That's a universal thing. That's in
Yeah,
most schools.
this isn't universal anyways, but I just want to explain. None of the other posts are voted on except for the president of student council. Not even the vice of student council. The vice president is not voted. So president of student council is probably the most important post because it really, like, you have to decide policies for the school. So like you have the most important work to do. um it might not be the most amount of work or anything, but it's the most important work. Like you need to decide what you want to change in the school and stuff like that. So I always wanted to do that. I applied for head boy as well, but I honestly didn't care for it. For me it was always, my heart was always set at PSC.
You
So
would probably
there
be
were
worried after you found out who became head boy.
that is true. Vice head boy should have been head boy, that's all I'm saying. um
Bro,
but there are five. I know why the vice head boy became the vice head boy instead of the head boy. I know the reason, but still it sucks. So there are five candidates, technically six, but one got kicked out. The legend himself. I don't know if I can say his name, but the legend himself.
what a what a guy, man.
What a guy. He literally,
I don't know why he
his
got removed. Like I saw the thing, it wasn't that bad. I mean,
no dude, the teachers basically
yeah, okay, it was informal, fine.
yeah, it's hello.
Too uptight.
If you talk about that being informal, they considered Varun's informal, and Varun's was literally just him talking, and then at the last it just shows him wearing shorts. So they were like, so our rep calls Varun's like, are you a Malayali? And then he said yeah, and then she said in Malayalam, I'll lose my job for this, okay? And then she just told him to re-record without the pants part at the end, or just cut it off or something like that. So he did that. But so what we had to do as PSC candidates was we had to record a video for just like explaining our policies, and then people watch the video and then they decide who they like best. It's mostly a popularity contest, I'm gonna be honest. Whole thing's rigged. I'm not going to I'm not going to talk more about the rigged thing because I might get into trouble once I like leave DPS. I'll be more comfortable talking about the stuff that goes inside DPS. But yeah, I'm not saying anything. But yeah, um, I'm still happy I got the post. It's what I always wanted. A lot of great people has had this post, and mostly like head boy, it's like some head boys I respect, some head boys I don't respect. But PSC you can't help but not respect, considering it's a voting this thing. The people choose. If the current head boy went for PSC, he himself said that he wouldn't get it. He knows he wouldn't get it because just like people wouldn't trust him with that role. The head boy, to be honest, he just goes and speaks. The head girl also, like they just, that post just goes and speaks. Vice head by vice head girl is the saddest post because it just shows, it's just like a nagging reminder that the school thought you were second best. So like I don't really like that post. I don't like that post existing itself, to be honest. I understand why every post has its vice, just to get more people to get posts. I get it. But also, big up 12i, my class has 6 prefects, which is very
Yeah,
cool.
literally everyone who applied got a post, no? Oh
Or
my
not
goodness.
everyone. Technically, even like random people applied. Like, I'll send some names of some people who applied. Okay, so this guy applied for vice head boy,
Nice.
and
I
then
mean,
this guy also applied. I don't know what he applied for.
what did he apply for?
God knows. I think he applied for editorial or something. But my man Adve got it because he's Adve. I was hoping Adve would get it because that guy, it's like sometimes he just doesn't have the true confidence to like just talk what he wants to talk. Sometimes he shies away from it, but thankfully during the interview he was confident, so he got it. So I'm super happy for him. Um, but yeah, let's go back to the PSC topic. So basically how this thing works is it's not completely democratic and like the people completely vote. It's more like the US voting procedure. So like voting decides the top two candidates, and these top two candidates get interviewed, and who they like more is selected as the president of student council. So I was actually going to make a dumbass video about this, but I don't think I will now. um I had like a lot of footage ready of like we had a presidential debate, um a lot of stuff I had like footage, but I probably won't make that video. um Damash as a whole is probably like going to die down. I'm not going to make too many videos. I'm starting another series which we will talk about later maybe. Madhav is involved in it, so anyways, man, your look, the look on your face. Also, you look. I'm just gonna stop talking about the PSC thing. I just want to say, for some reason, I don't know why, you look like your 2018 self right now. I don't
Yeah,
know. Is it
I had this fresh fade back in
the
18,
hair,
bro.
like the hair, and like just like I don't know what it is, but it makes me. It's not just the hair. Just overall looking at you, it reminds me of 2018 ninth grade. Ninth grade was good times, man. Ninth grade was when you started becoming popular.
Yeah, bro. That was the takeoff, and
That was the takeoff, and then 10th grade was the peak. 10th grade was the
that,
peak, and then the pandemic hit, and
dude, what a time to
obviously
be alive.
everyone this thing. 10th grade, you overtook me by a large margin,
I mean, hey,
but
you still have like twice the followers, so you know.
followers don't matter.
Shut up, man.
I've been in Instagram
Mouth
since
close.
4th grade.
No,
This is not even your first account. This
this
is
is
your
my
second.
fourth.
Oh, this is your fourth
Fourth.
account. Wonderful. How do you expect to have the same number of followers as me then? Okay, so yeah, screw that shit. Back to PSC. So we had these presidential debates, and obviously that one legend who was just taking the whole thing as a joke got kicked off by the teachers, which left the rest. Me, Varun, the other AK, um, one the less confidence guy, but who was still cool and got a post. And finally, uh, this man, I don't know what to call him. A lot of his friends watch this, so I'm gonna be careful with
Good.
my words because they really
Mhm.
like him, and I don't really know him as a person. And from the moments I've talked to him, he seems pretty chill. So I'm not gonna hate on him 100%. I don't hate him as a person or anything. 100%, it's all love to him. But just like from the moment I was like just doing this PSC stuff and seeing all the other people talk, he just seemed very unfit for the role. His policies felt far fetched. He talked about getting better Wi-Fi, which okay, it's not like the school is trying to make the Wi-Fi worse. It's they're obviously trying to make it better. They're just not doing a good job. What will you do to make it better? It's like
Routers in every class. Why not?
it's not gonna happen. They need to rewire the whole system. Not gonna
I know
happen.
it's wrong, but it's a very practical solution.
And then
But yeah, I should.
and then he talks about bringing squash to the school, which issues with that. Squash is an indoor sport.
What's squash again? I forgot.
Okay, squash is basically indoor tennis with like you hitting a wall instead of
Ah,
another
okay,
player.
yes.
Um, so you just constantly hit a wall.
Is it a vegetable? I'm getting
Squash is
images of.
also a vegetable. The squash is also the name of a vegetable, which is like I don't know what to call it.
Okay.
It's like one of the
Looks like
gods.
a looks like
Yeah,
a papaya with a dump truck, bro. Got that Pixar
that
mom
is true. That's a perfect
nonsense.
explanation. Yeah, yeah. It's a papaya with a dump truck on it. It's like me as a papaya. Um.
I hate that face though. I don't know
Oh,
why.
bro, I love doing that face nowadays.
Yes, I'm aware.
But one of my favorite stories I've ever posted is the one I put out. Was it DumbAsh or my close stories? I think it's DumbAsh, where I just do the like it was playing some random Hindi song. I don't know where I found. Oh yeah, some Brown Munde song, and I had some bullshit filter. It's like, what the kid
Oh yeah.
city? Papa look at the Brown Munde, Ground Munde. Mm. I just like that story for some reason.
Bro, what is that bush in front of the school?
Oh yeah, what is it? Oh, fun
It looks
fact.
like a mushroom, but the
A
stem is
guy,
like
a guy from my
as big
class
as the.
applied. A guy from my class applied for president of environment. So he went for the interview for that. So to impress the teachers, he
This.
he no he put a background of this like that front of the school, and then our supervisor, who's not really my favorite person in the world, she
Oh,
noticed
go
it,
on.
and then she asked him, if you want to be the president of environment, tell me what that is. What plant is that?
What is that
And then he's
supposed to
like,
be?
what? He's just like confused, and his mom's like, no, you if you don't know that, like, you won't get this post. So that's where that photo even came from. That's why the caption is like, what is that, or something like that. What is it?
Yeah, shout out to Ventura.
Oh yeah, Manchura meeting. I'm currently editing parts of that video.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm pausing that to do the PongalCast because that's more important. Ventura sucks. No one cares about it anymore. So yeah. Anyways, going back to PSC. So this guy seems very unfit for the role, in my opinion. Not hating on him as a person, hating on him as a person trying to like work for this position. Like, if you look at like a candidate, like example, if you're going for politics, looking at politics, there's a guy, he's pretty chill, he's a really cool guy, but you can't just vote for him to be the mayor of your city just because he's a cool guy. He needs to know what he's doing. It's like people voting for Kanye West to be the president of America. Sure, he makes good music, but he's not good at being the goddamn president of the United States of America. It makes no sense. He's not qualified enough. He's not experienced enough. He doesn't know enough. So that's so this guy's Kanye West. I'll call him Kanye for now. So me and Kanye West end up being the top two voted, which I understand because it's a popularity contest and he had a lot of like friends really marketing him. So I understand, but it sucked because I was actually recording like the prayer song in the auditorium for my own investiture ceremony. If you saw the investiture ceremony, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I recorded that in the auditorium, the prayer song, and then I come back and they're like, oh yeah, our reps calling you, you have the PSC interview. I'm like, yes, let's go. I'm in the interview round. That's amazing. Also, I had a head boy interview early with the principal and stuff, and she seemed like she liked me. So I was just like, okay, this is a good signs, good things to come. And then I sit down, and then no one else is called for PSC. Like other posts are called. I see Adve going for editorial, and I'm like, I'm the only one here for PSC, which means the other PSC has to be online. And there are only two online people in the list of the five. One is Mr. Cool but low confidence, and the other is Kanye. And I was worried that it would be Kanye. Like at that point, it was settled in my mind, like it wouldn't be Varun and the other AK. Like I was just like, okay, I have to accept it. I thought they should have been. I actually think the other AK should have been vice president of student council because he chose that as well. And he sucks that he didn't get it, but we move. And then at the end, I just asked my rep, like, who's the other person who in the top two voted, and she was like, it's Kanye. And then my heart broke. I'm like, man, that just proves that this is a popularity contest. Like people don't care about the policies. What was the point of me thinking of realistic policies if I'm just like, I should have just said, hey, I'll put mirrors in washrooms, I'll put boys and girls together, i'll uh, I'll give free periods, full days free, no school, don't study. I say that and I immediately just get these things. It's just very lame. You have a Cars poster on your wall,
That's not a poster. It's supposed to light up, but the battery died, and I never changed it.
but you have a Cars poster. Wait, is that a Cars 2 poster?
Yes. I'm
Oh
not proud of it
my
either. I didn't
god,
buy it,
bro.
okay?
Bro, Adwe would be proud. Adwe would be
It's
proud.
Cars too, but the thing says Cars.
But it's Cars 2, bro. Cars 2, the best movie of all mankind. But anyways, let's move on to the PSC. So in the end, they took a long ass time to announce the results. It's like my interview was finished first, and they only had to select between two candidates. It's just like one or the other. You could have just finished it. How hard is it? And like I had to wait like 4 to 5 days for the results to come, and I was just like in like suspense, like, oh my god, what if the other guy gets it? And then finally in the PA system they announced all the posts, and President of Student Council was yours truly, Ashvin Vinod Kaimal, which is what they labeled me at first. For my badge, it was going to be Ashvin Vinod Kaimal, and I told them that how. So yeah, I am BSc now. This is fact. All my decisions are law. I am currently working on ways. I'll talk about stuff that I'm working on, because some people may be like, oh, he's PSC. Every single PSC just like says a lot of stuff but doesn't do it. The Student Council Committee is currently working on a program to allow students to, like, with musical talent to show up creatively, and not just musical, like a lot of talents, like cultural talents. I'm working with the cultural committee to work with that, and we're also working on ways to let the student council be more democratic by allowing all students to have their voices heard by us. Like if they ask us for something, we'll try to get it done. We are going to be accountable for everyone and all that stuff. So very cool. So yeah, Madhav, how's things been going, bro?
Absolutely superb.
This is
But
the issue with the PongalCast. It's just 90% me, 10% you. You need to talk more.
listen. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, have you like what's the word? Started? Like has your PSC, you know, have you done anything?
Like I said, did you not hear what I was talking about? I started on like two main these things. Me and the my female counterpart of the women variety are going to work on uh,
Don't say it like that. You
uh, yeah, I address her very mock formally. It's like, hello, Mrs. President of Student Council, name, good morning, stuff. So yeah, I think she'll be fine. She definitely doesn't watch this. Um, no,
bless her.
there is no way. I'm pretty sure she doesn't follow my spam account. There is no way she watches this. Unless
Someone's gonna snitch.
one of you pieces of shit
Someone's
who's
gonna
like
snitch
friends with her is
again.
going to send this to her. I mean, I didn't say anything bad about her. I think she's cool
Yeah,
and
what does
like
Sugo I mean?
cute in Japanese.
What does Dekai mean?
What?
Dekai.
Dekai. I'm not sure about that. Dekai. You can Google these.
I'm too scared.
That's not like, I don't blame you. Dekai meaning.
Massive Gangachuran jumbo. Oh,
Oh,
okay, I get the idea.
I get it. I get it. So yeah.
No.
So uh, talking about like student politics, let's move into some of the more real deal. Madhav, what is your political stance?
I don't know what that means. I know it's like left, center, or however you say it. I don't
Oh,
know
okay,
what any of
that's the
that means.
political view mind. So I'll just explain it. So there's like this political spectrum. It's like a pH scale. So
Okay.
it's just like transitioning slowly, and like neutral is like that neutral. It's neutral. It's center,
I'm
and
probably there.
like called base, right wing and call as acid left wing. Just example. So like it's slowly transitions. So if someone says like I'm center left, I would call myself center left. That means I'm not completely in the left wing, but I'm like
So you have
part. Like
3.5.
I'm like, yeah, you could say yes. I'm 3.5 approximately.
Okay.
I'm like citric acid.
Yeah.
Is citric acid like I don't know. But yeah. So
Don't you study
how
chem?
this works is so like the best way to
Either between
explain
3 and 6.
the best way to explain left wing and right left wing and right wing ideas.
No. I
So
have no interest in politics.
yeah, this is very hard to explain to someone who's like, wait, let me try googling some stuff so I can explain it. So there's a left wing right wing test. Let me try that. We'll try that on you. The political compass test. I am going to do that. So I will be reading out some stuff and you just have to answer. Considering you do not care for politics, a lot of these uh, questions are going to be weird. So the first one itself is very bad. So like it's not good for you to answer. If economics globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. So basically, like the money made should go like help people instead of.
Yes, I agree.
Strongly
I
agree or
agree.
agree?
Agree. I don't strongly
Agree.
agree. Like it should.
I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. By my country, I mean India, because UAE can't count as your country. So, answer.
India kind of shit NGL.
So, would you?
Like it.
I'm guessing you're going to say disagree. So, is it disagree or strongly disagree?
Disagree.
You don't strongly disagree?
No.
So, you would maybe support your country at times, even if it is wrong?
You know what? Maybe strongly disagree.
Yeah, that one should be strongly. Like, if you choose anything other than strongly disagree for that one, I feel like no one chooses their country of birth. So, it is foolish to be proud of it. Basically, that's saying like you shouldn't be proud of your country because you didn't really choose.
Not that proud either way. So like, you know.
But do you agree with that statement? If someone says like, someone like, if one person's like super patriotic and the other person's like, you shouldn't be patriotic because you didn't choose it. You're just randomly supporting blindly. Uh, because of your genetics, because of your parents. So, what would you say for that?
I think no. I guess I disagree. Like if you're genetically, yeah, that makes sense.
Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. This, I think, I know what your answer would be. This is
I
basically
have
racism. It's basically saying Indians, so our race is Indians. Indians are superior compared to other races.
I'm, I'm a man of equality, so
Obviously,
I wouldn't
strongly
say.
agree. Obviously.
Wait,
Yeah, okay. So strongly disagree or disagree? No, you're gonna say
strongly
agree.
disagree.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This one you have to think
I've
about.
heard this line somewhere.
Yeah, but like, do you agree with it?
Okay, who's your enemy? Yeah, no,
I
he's not my friend.
exact. But you wait. That means I am your enemy. Hey, hey,
Wait, no,
hey.
the enemy of my wait, no.
It's not the enemy of my friend. Is my it's the enemy of
Okay,
my
okay, the
enemy. So
enemy of
think
my
of someone.
enemy. Okay,
So think of someone you hate. There's
who's
this
my
guy.
enemy?
So just think of a guy you hate. Don't think of an enemy because this is more about like country based. So think about some personal first. Think about a guy you hate. This other guy also hates him. So should you automatically be friends with them just because they hate?
Nah.
You know what? I'm kind of forcing my own ideologies onto this with my explanation Because like I obviously disagree with this, but is it disagree or strongly disagree? I'll let you choose that.
No, not strongly. Like we could be friends in other ways. That's just like we could use that as a topic of
Yeah,
conversation.
okay. Okay, so I put disagree. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Basically, breaking international, like United Nations laws with military is sometimes okay, sometimes required. It doesn't mean always. So even if you say agree, that doesn't mean you support war crimes. It's just sometimes it should be allowed. It should be like okay. It's meant.
Is there an
It needs to be
example of
done.
this?
Wait, military
Yeah,
action
browser history is going to be whack after this.
defying international law. There's literally a question on Quora, which is the exact same this thing.
Of course, there is. There's a question on Quora for everything.
So, okay, this. The UK went to war against Turkey on behalf of Greece. Basically, to protect Greece, it went to war with Turkey. So basically, like, because US supports India, when India is like having issues with China, US will be like supplying nukes to India to bomb China. So something like that. Is that justified? In that case, like in that case, it's like bad, but like in this case, UK is trying to protect Greece. So it is going to war against Turkey, but going to war is breaking international law because you're not supposed to go to war. But it is going to protect another country. So is that right? Is that sometimes justified? This one you have to think about.
Yeah, then. Yeah,
So you're
I
saying
agree.
it's sometimes justified. Not strongly agree, just agree.
Yeah.
Or strongly agree. Okay, just agree. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Basically, news is becoming more focused on entertainment instead of providing proper
Perfect.
information. So, what would you say? Disagree?
Or like now. Yeah, I've
Now,
seen some useless garbage on the news lately.
especially Indian news, to be honest, a lot of it is focused on like headlines and stuff. Like, especially North Indian side. South Indian also, it's a gone case. It's just people screaming in the TV. Nothing
Yeah, I
else.
agree.
That is
Actually, yeah,
entertainment.
strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Okay.
Yeah.
People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality.
What does class mean? Castes?
Class, like lower class, middle class, economic wealth.
Nationality. Who does class?
No, there is some
I
class
mean,
like poor people are rejected by the rich. Like the rich people don't really support the poor. So there's that divide among the poor and the rich. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. But does that divide people more than their nationality?
more than that. Yeah. That yeah, I think there's more discrimination on
Class.
your
Okay.
class rather than nationality.
So
But
agree or
yeah,
strongly agree?
agree. I wouldn't say strongly. I guess nationality is also there.
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I will Google inflation for you because I have a feeling you don't exactly know what it is.
No, it's like when prices increase,
That's a
Something like
very
that.
basic way to say it, but yes.
Yeah.
It's just like the power of a currency is reduced. Like the economic, like how much you can buy with the currency is like slowly
Yeah,
reduced. It's
yeah,
like
we
declining.
learned this. We learned this.
Oh yeah, you're commerce, so
Uh,
yeah, you should know this.
yeah,
So yeah, is controlling that more important than controlling unemployment rate? You've definitely learned about unemployment. We had a lot of it in history politics.
uh, unemployment or inflation? More of a would you rather?
This is a very much would you rather, which was what we did last episode, but this was more interesting because it's like politically related. It's like very important stuff, so it's interesting to see. I feel like we both will be very similarly politically like focused. To be honest, I've never had a political test. I just say I'm center left. I don't really know if I'm center left. I just think I'm center left. So if we continuously agree with all of these, because there are some coming up,
How many of these are there?
like how many questions?
Yeah.
So there are 6 pages of questions. So each
No
page is
problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we are in page 2. We are in the second question of page 2. There's a
Wonderful.
lot. I think we'll end the episode after doing this.
Probably. Uh,
So
Main
what's your
pressure
answer
on
for this one?
unemployment. I'd
This
see.
one's a pretty like hard one. Actually, not that hard, but it's not one of the hardest ones, but it's pretty hard. Madhav, Narayan, we need an answer.
I am there. I'm doing some intense reading
India
work.
is demanding an answer.
Uh, I'd say unemployment
You would say unemployment is more
should be
important.
controlled.
It
Yeah.
should be controlled more. Would you say that like strongly or just
Yeah, strongly.
strongly? Okay. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they should require regulation. They require
Yeah,
regulation.
yeah, I agree with that.
Strongly agree or agree?
Yeah, agree. Not strongly.
Okay.
There are some environmentally friendly companies. So we can't.
From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea, which
Yeah, but
means
and
basically from each according to his ability, you take like you make someone work exactly how much they can, just their ability, and they get how much ever they need.
so what is it? Do I agree that's fair?
Do you think that's a good idea? This is kind of like a communism capitalism thing here.
I'd say.
So the idea is in our current landscape, I think this is not really pushed that much because people just
Yeah,
do.
maybe back home this could be acceptable.
People may do like the first part is usually like yes, make someone work as much as possible. Some cases it's not done, but like overall like people are trying to work as much as possible, but do they get as much as they need though, and is that important? Should they get exactly what they need, no more no less, according to their need?
So like rational. I mean rational.
This answer would like split you into like whether you think like which one you kind of prefer as an ideology, communism or capitalism. Both of them are flawed, both are extremely flawed, but this kind of pushes, this one is the push towards the left and the right. So if I have to say like also to explain the left wing right wing thing a bit more to you, in India the BJP is the right wing. It's just like the very like conservative. It's just like very like BJP. It's like very easy to explain. It's BJP. So in the US, the Republicans are the right wing, like Trump's party, that party. So like Trump's kind of ideologies, that kind of stuff. Those two are pretty similar. Technically, Congress in India is center left, and CPM, Communist Party, is left, complete left, and Democrats in US are left. So that's the kind of thing. That's so like communism is usually, like in India at least, in US and all, communism is not at all used. But in India, in Kerala, communism is considered like the left wing side. So yes, so this one is a communism capitalism thing. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. Each person is made to work as much as they can, and they are given exactly what they require to survive. This means, I'm going to play devil's advocate. This means everyone will do as much work as possible, but they may not be like reward. So like
No, that's what. Yeah,
someone
I'd
who
say
did less
disagree.
work may this thing. Okay, so you say disagree.
Not strongly, but yeah, disagree.
I think that's where we both split. I think, to be honest, I'm neutral to this. Like, I'm not sure where I would stand with that one, because that one's a very hard one. The freer the market, the freer the people. To be honest, I do not really know much about free market and all. So I'm going to research. Hopefully, you know something because you're commerce.
No, I'm commerce, but I don't choose marketing.
Ah, that is true. The free market is an economic system based on supply and demand. Okay, so it's just um, the government is not controlling the market. There is no government control.
The freer the people. Yeah,
The more control the people have on like how much money they get, all that stuff. Taxes are not a thing, stuff like that. So you would agree with that, or strongly agree?
I think taxes. Wait,
Basically, there is no government control on the market. Whatever you sell, you sell. You like, it's your the thing. You have complete control over what you sell, and you have complete control over what you buy. That's why they say the free of the people. Do you agree with that though? Do you think that is true? Are people more free when they have a freer market?
mm, yes, agree.
Okay, agree. Okay, this one's something I've always thought of. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Basically, something that you have to, like, which is required to survive, you need to buy. Like, you need to, like, it's like sold, like, as a business. So, is that a bad thing? Or is that, like, not really that bad?
I've never thought about it, but I don't.
I've thought of it. I was just like, what if we were poor? Do we like, how do we get water? Do we drink like, because in other places tap water is at least fine, but here you can't drink the tap water, um, because it's just very like, it's completely filled with chemicals and stuff because they need to clear up the water for use. Otherwise, it's bad water. So yeah, is it a sad reflection on our society? Is society bad for making us pay for what drinking water,
Mm,
which is the most important thing we need to survive? What is the most important thing we need to survive?
well, they haven't. Well, there is no air tax, but like you know,
Okay, yeah, oxygen, but like they can't control the air.
yeah, that's that sounds bad.
Technically, the story of the Lorax is them controlling the air. Have you seen the movie The
No, no,
Lorax?
no, I haven't. I've seen
So
memes, but not the
in
movie fully.
yeah, I've seen that movie when I was in the airplane or something, and it wasn't that good. But the whole premise of that is like, in the future, oxygen is now bottled, so you need to buy oxygen all the time, and this like major company is now ruling the world because they have like the monopoly of oxygen. So it's basically like reflecting on society being like this thing. It's very similar to what this is talking about. So what is your
I
opinion on it?
Mm, yeah, I'd agree, but not strongly because
Okay.
business is
Next one.
business.
This one isn't really that much better of a question, like easier of a question. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
I, I, mm, I'd say disagree.
Disagree. You think it should be bought and sold?
Yeah.
The land of the earth.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not really going to say what my opinion on that is because I don't even know that well. But next one. This one's a bit easier. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I thought you would say that. But is it strongly? Since you said obviously, is it strongly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like nothing really. You are going to inherit wealth.
Okay, I have to Google what this word means. But yes, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Protectionism is the policy of restricting imports from other countries. So should you not allow, so like as a country, if you're the ruler of a country, for some reason you want to block, you don't want to support this country getting money. So do you block your country's residents from making money with their country's residents? Because that'll also benefit their country because of the tax thing. It's not a free market.
Mm,
For example, US doesn't like China at all. US and China are not the biggest of friends. But a lot of things are made in China. Freaking Apple's products are made in China. They're like pieces are made and then they're constructed in China. That's what they do now, just to make it a bit more US focused. But yes, so should they kind of should they, like, if they hate China so much, should they block China from making trades with this thing? And this isn't like something like protection is always necessary. Is protection sometimes necessary in like trade of countries?
I guess. I guess sometimes because like from a political thing,
Okay, I'm gonna
bad,
agree.
but from an
I'm gonna put
economic
agree.
thing,
I'm
good.
gonna put agree. Also, just a disclaimer to anyone who's into politics, like Chris or something, who's watching this. I don't really
Yeah,
know
I
much
don't
about this as well. I'm a bit more knowledgeable than Madhav, but not by a large
like. Yeah,
margin.
you could be punching a screen, but it's for nothing. You should have known. I'm not.
Yeah, we both are
Mm.
not that well versed in politics. All I know is stuff from Mud Man. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Basically, a company should only focus on profit.
No, we learned like there are social objectives also.
Okay. Strongly disagree or disagree?
Yeah, strongly.
I think CBSE, even though BJP like runs it, the CBSE books are all very
Hey,
like
BJP
left wing
runs CBSE.
focused. What?
BJP runs CBSE.
The government is like CBSE is, it's not a government run this thing, but like government has to pull on it. Like
Explains
government
everything.
has to explain, the government has to like make decisions for them as well. Like
Hmm.
so yes, BJP doesn't run the CBSE, but you and you could. So anyways, next question: the rich are too highly taxed. Basically, the rich people. So like the more economic like profit you have, the more taxes the government asks for because you're more well off. You can pay more money. But are they too
I
highly
guess it's for
taxed?
like
But like you need to know about the rich people tax, which definitely you don't know, and I also don't know.
I'd
It's
say disagree, not strongly.
like the 1% of like economic society has to like uh I'm gonna give you some like facts from America because American stuff come first in Google and stuff. The richest 1% pay an effective federal income tax rate of 24.7%. And the average man pays 19.3%. All so like that may sound like a small number. Like it's just like less than like it's like 5% difference. But uh it's like it's like the amount they make. So this is like percent of how much they make. So like the 19.3% is about like someone making an average of $75,000. And like the richest 1% is like millionaires, maybe billionaires. So 24.7% for them is more. But they also gain a lot anyways. Like the remaining amount they have is a lot still. So are they too highly taxed?
I'd say
Considering.
disagree, not strongly, but yes, disagree.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested in your like thought process. This is cool. I've never really talked too seriously with you about stuff like this, so it's interesting. You don't have a very like very like proper explanation. You're just like, I think this is right, which is not a bad thing. But those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Basically, if you're
No,
richer, you should have
free
better medical
healthcare.
care.
Piss off. No, 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 free
Strongly
healthcare.
disagree. Strongly disagree. Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
Penal. That's funny.
They should punish businesses that lie to the public. Agree or disagree?
They should punish businesses that. I'd say agree, not strongly, because sometimes
Agree.
I have a feeling for India, they might, if it makes them look bad, they'd let it slide. So that's why I'm saying
No,
agree.
this is not like governments would. Should governments do it? What is your opinion? If you were the ruler, actually leave the ruler. You're a citizen and you just got lied to by this company and the government you what would you want the government to do? Obviously when you look at it like this, but you have to look at it from an unbiased point. You have to look at the business itself, you have to look at the people, you have
The
to look at the
business trying
government's
to
point of.
survive, but if I'm,
But like overall, what do you think?
but then I would try, then I
Are you
would
gonna stick with the
question the,
agree?
yeah,
Agree.
because then I'd lose respect for other things, like
a,
other companies.
a genuine, okay, this one's a bit hard. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. So basically, even if like a free market, like we talked about free market earlier, so if there's a free market, there should be some rules against like the big companies just taking a monopoly. Like, you know what a monopoly is, right?
Yeah, one.
Yeah, so like basically being the only one selling this kind of product. There's no competition.
Hmm.
It's like close to what Amazon is right now. Amazon's almost a monopoly. Like, who buys from anywhere else, man?
Flipkart, bro.
A Flipkart mutation. Doesn't Amazon own Flipkart? No, some company owns Flipkart. Some big company owns Flipkart. I have no idea why they bought Flipkart out of everything, but they bought Flipkart. Who owns Flipkart? Let me check. Is it Walmart or something? Yeah, it's Walmart. Walmart owns 77% of Flipkart. Microsoft owns 1.3% of Flipkart. Anyways, moving back, the question, should there be restrictions for like the biggest of the big companies from creating a monopoly, or should like because it's a free market, should they just be allowed like to do what they want because it's a free market? So what is your opinion?
Wait, just repeat the question again.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals, basically MNCs, multinational corporations, the big companies, to create monopolies.
No, that's fair.
So you think there should be
Yeah,
restrictions?
agree.
Agreed. Next page 3 of 6. Oh no. Okay, this one. Oh, abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
And the woman's life is not threatened.
Basically, like in some cases, when like the woman, if the woman gives birth, her life could be at risk. Like she could die due to some like medical issues, like some like physical body issues. In that case, abortion has to be done because to save the person itself. But otherwise, so like the woman is healthy, the woman can have a baby, but she wants to not have a baby. Should that be illegal?
I never understood. Yeah, okay, fine, what you just said, but I never understood why abortion was a thing. Like,
It's like some people aren't ready to have a baby.
no, that's fine, but like, can't you just like do something else with the baby? I don't know, just put it somewhere, like an orphanage or what do you call it? Yeah.
I'm not gonna state what I think about this because it's also a very like neutral
Like, I
aspect.
remember there was some interesting drama in the younger batches regarding abortion, so even I don't want to
Really?
say much.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
this.
Oh.
But yes, so example, um by just like giving birth to the baby and putting it for adoption, you are still increasing the world population. And like you're just giving away a child, and like there's a possibility that child just stays in the orphanage and never gets a parent and stuff like that. So some people may think, why not just like kill the baby before, like you're not technically killing the baby.
Yeah, I guess like it's still a fetus, never actually lived a
Yeah,
life,
but
but
still you are getting rid of a human life, a possible life. This is one of the topics where like
but see,
I'm
if
very
you're killing
split
them before
upon.
they live, so if they were born, their life wouldn't be as shit if they didn't
This is
have a
the
life.
thing is, we talked about Kanye earlier. Kanye has a very strong had a like when in his campaign run for president, he had a very strong opinion on this exact thing, and I think I completely agree with what he said, which I'm gonna say after you decide because I don't want to sway your opinion. So should it be illegal?
Um,
Should abortion be illegal? If a woman gets pregnant, obviously you can try to prevent it, but it doesn't always work. Like using condoms isn't like 100% guarantee you won't get babies. Sometimes they can break, sometimes other stuff can happen. It's just not like it's a risk. So if they get a baby and they're not like ready for it, should they be allowed to kill it, to end its life, to abort it? This is a tough
I'd
topic.
say,
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. Wait. So
This
kill
one's
the
a
kid
hard.
before it's born, or give it away. uh, but hey, what does pro-life mean and pro-choice? What do those terms mean
That's
exactly?
basically in abortion. Pro life means like making
Want
abortion
you don't?
illegal.
Okay.
Like not don't have abortion because you want to save the life of a kid. And pro choice means like women should have a choice on whether they need a, like they want to give birth to a baby or not. So by making it illegal, you're stripping women of the choice of that. But by giving women a choice, you are killing a lot of people. You're killing a lot of potential lives. And like some people may say that like humans are never allowed to like take a life. Like if someone kills someone right now, like someone stabs someone, that's a murder. they're gonna get sent to prison because it's illegal. It's literally illegal to kill a person. So what makes it any different from this? Just that they weren't really born, but it's still a life. So that's the aspect of pro-life.
That's what pro choice. At the end of the day, they were potential lives. They weren't lives. But I'm so confused.
This one's a hard one. I'm gonna be honest. We might stay here for a long time, but I want to get this over with. This might be a super long one. I don't think a lot of people will watch this one because it's very politically based.
Uh, Potential. I am so confused. Can we get back to this one or something?
Okay. I don't know if we can do that. We have to get back to it by the end of this page. So yes, all authority should be questioned. This is a pretty easy one coming right after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, strongly
I mean,
agree.
agree. Yeah, strongly.
Very good. Strongly agree. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, what does that mean? I've heard this again. I never understood the
I
meaning.
think it's like basically if someone does something wrong to another person, they should be punished to the same degree as the injured one, no matter what like the reasoning is and stuff. So example, if the whole concept of the eye for an eye, if someone stabs someone in the eye, they should be receiving a punishment which is as severe as stabbing their eye.
Yeah, I agree. Not strongly. Though. Wait. Because, I wouldn't say strongly because, sometimes could be by mistake. But, mm, yeah, no, strongly. I mean, yeah, no, agree. Hello.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
What?
Basically, they should not do any like community service which cannot uh so like taxpayers, obviously, like what they're saying is people paying tax, basically like most
Mhm.
citizens, their money should not go into something that does not generate profit. Like theaters and museums, like museums, they don't really generate that much profit. You're just building a bunch of statues,
Yeah, agree.
and many of them are free. Some of them like 10 dirham token or something, you have to pay a ticket. uh Agree,
Yeah,
not
agree. If
strongly
you're
or
paying extra money to government, it may as well go for something useful. Go to
okay.
something.
So agree,
Yeah.
not strongly.
No. No, no, strongly.
Okay, this is something we can have a bit more say on. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. That seems dumb. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't care if I'm influencing my thoughts on you. That seems dumb. What is it? So you can just miss entire school?
See, now hybrid is a thing. So,
Personally, no, but hybrid, you still attend class if it's online.
yeah, but
Like
it's
obviously you're
easier.
not
Like if
listening, but like conceptually, this is talking about regular society before the pandemic, when literally you had no other choice but to go to school. So should attendance be compulsory?
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah, if it's
I'm
not compulsory, homeschool.
see, no, homeschool, that means you're not really even attending the school, so you shouldn't pay for it. But the idea of classroom attendance, I'm gonna say, we both
Yeah, that's what.
know
If you're paying fees,
we
then why are you
both,
just
so like
missing
there are,
school?
I'm pretty sure we both know at least one person who's like had to repeat a year because of missing a lot of school, and it might be
Yes,
for a legitimate reason. So I think that's the
yes,
concept of it, at least in my opinion. But you still like agree, not strongly, but agree.
yeah.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us the different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. That's 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 something.
Wait, repeat.
All people have their rights. Everyone has their rights. But it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Basically, one type of person should not try to uh, influence the rights
Influence.
of another
Yeah,
type of
I
person.
agree.
You agree. Not strongly, but you agree.
Yeah, like I follow
Oh,
this very Christian girl. She shoves Christianity down throats, dude. So annoying. I
can
should
you
just
send
unfollow, honestly.
can you send the name of this? I'm curious. Like in chat.
Oh no, it's not from our school. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, then it's fine. Because that's a weird thing. I've never seen like someone who's shoving down religion yet. Good parents
I
sometimes have
wouldn't
to
say
spank.
shoving, but like,
Okay,
what's the word?
hey,
Promoting.
we're
Yeah.
talking about spanking here. Please listen. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Basically,
No,
sometimes you need to be.
like my parents have never hit me.
Oh, bro, same. A lot of people like talk about like
Like
how they'll get
their
whipped
voice
because of the
enough.
marks.
I'll
Yeah,
I
bro.
won't
That
repeat
that's
what I
what
did.
like. If they get
Enough.
serious, I know some like I need to chill. So strongly disagree or disagree?
I'd say disagree because like us both like maybe we're
We
just
don't really have experience.
yeah, but like other
It
kids might
okay.
need it.
This one's
Like
interesting. It is natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Not that
I
is it
guess.
right? Is it natural for children? Like,
Yeah, it's
should they
natural.
be blamed for keeping secrets or not?
Not really, because at the end of the day, that's like what human
Human nature.
hormones or
Agree
whatnot.
or
I don't know. Does
strongly agree?
agree?
Agree.
It's not right, but you can't.
If I ask my parents that, they would give a whole different answer. Possessing marijuana, the 420 leaf, for personal
Ah,
usage should not be a criminal offense.
no, of course not. If it's personal, then what? I mean, yeah, like personal, just use it
Disagree or
yourself. No, you're not
strongly
giving.
disagree?
Yeah, strongly disagree.
Yeah, that one's pretty dumb. Like, how is alcohol allowed and marijuana not? It's like the same amount of damage to your body. Technically, marijuana is less damage. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. So, like,
Yes,
the
agree.
main goal of education is to make the students be able to get a job.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that what?
I mean, technically, you could say that it's to help people be educated in stuff. It's like not just for their job. But this is asking like, is that the
Oh, just like
primary
general
function?
knowledge. Okay.
Is not general knowledge, as in like societal knowledge, how to live in life. I'm not saying I disagree with this thing, but I'm just saying like that aspect is also there in my opinion. I don't know if the primary function of school is that or not. Do you think like the main goal is that instead of like
Yeah,
preparing them to,
main goal should be
so
that.
the main goal is not preparing them to be good citizens of the world, the main goal is not preparing them to be like literate in like the sense that they know what they're talking
Wait,
about, that
literate meaning? Okay, if you're
they
saying literate, then
like
yeah.
not literate as in I know how to read and write. Obviously you need that to get a job, so obviously that'll be included. But stuff like, instead of just like, oh, we are going to teach you exactly how much you need to so like our Indian education does that, like sex education, you don't need that to get a job, but you won't know how to like do anything when it comes to that area.
Yeah, wait, that's a good point actually. Then I'd say disagree.
Again, this is your choice, like we're trying to find out your
No,
political
no,
spectrum. I'm not
disagree.
trying. Okay, disagree, not strongly.
Yeah, not strongly.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. That's a very...
Disagree because there's a chance they won't get it.
No, like, but there is also a chance they will.
That's what.
You're like giving this life an immediate disadvantage.
That's what. See, if you had the disability and you were able to make the kid, then you should be fine. So the kid will be fine. It's a disadvantage, but not like,
See, we're talking
not like
about
they're dead.
serious inheritable, which could like AIDS. I don't know if AIDS.
Was AIDS
I
so
don't know.
funny?
I don't know if AIDS is spread like in children. I mean, they can't even reproduce. People with AIDS can't reproduce because they'll kill the people they're reproducing with. That
AIDS.
disease sucks. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this more than I have. So what do you think? Madhav, I need an answer quick. We need to get this over with. This is going to be like a
I'd say
2 hour long episode at this point.
only. I'd say agree, but not strongly. I wish there was
This
like a
is
neutral.
you barely go strongly. It's only for like the most obvious ones. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Accept.
Disagree.
Disagree. So you think like it's not as important for them to
It's
understand,
not
like,
as important. It's still there. Just I wouldn't say
yeah.
number one.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just making sure you like
Yeah.
to be clear. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. So technically, you're like cannibalism. That's not...
No, that's not a culture. No. There are savages. I won't call them cultures.
Cannibalism is legalized in 31 states of the United States of America.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why not?
Is cannibalism more legal than weed?
Oh god.
In the United States, there are no laws against cannibalism.
Oh,
But there are
beautiful.
laws that make it impossible to legally obtain and consume body matter. So basically, there is no direct law against eating people, but there is a law against, like, there's a law which makes it impossible to legally get, like, people
Okay, so
meat.
you could just bite
So,
someone then and there, but you can't.
yeah, but then that would be illegal because that's like physical harm.
Oh.
So technically, it's not allowed.
Okay, what if they give consent? Is it illegal?
Okay, I don't want to discuss that.
You can eat me, sure.
So basically, this savage and civilized thing, it's based on the idea that this is good and this is bad. So can you really decide that, or is it just different perspectives?
I don't want to say perspective.
Like, the whole idea of this, let me just try and explain this in a different way. I read this like moral education type story somewhere, which basically explains this. So what is this?
6.
Okay, so if two people are facing opposite each other and a third person just puts this in front of them, so this is the perspective of one person, and then this is the perspective of another person. And then if the third person asks both of them what it is, one would say it's a 6 and the other would say it's a 9. So is one of them correct? Technically, no. I mean, if you know exactly what the third person was writing, but what if the third person intentionally knew that he didn't want to write anything, so he did not write either a 6 or a 9? He might have written it sideways. So it is neither. So who is right in this situation? No one. It's just different perspectives. If you look at it this way, it's a 9. If you look at it this way, it's a 6. So is there like a confirmed good or bad in when it comes to like stuff like this? Obviously, the most like extreme version I can think of this is cannibalism and stuff like that, like
That's
tribe.
fine. It's illegal, so it is bad.
But can you call them like savage and then us civilized, or is it just like a different culture? It's not about the legal aspect, it's more about like what we refer to them as. Like, can you like, it's like, obviously this is like I don't know really know how to explain this, but like,
I think, but I think they're like, in the minority. So I genuinely think it's a group of people who are like insane.
yeah, so would you consider them like just a different
Yeah, I'd say
group of people with
I'd
a different
agree. I'd say they're
perspectives?
savages only. But
So
yeah.
that means you
What
were
was the
disagreeing
question?
with they said
Okay,
there
yeah,
are no
disagree.
savage and civilized people, so you disagree or
No,
strongly?
disagree. There are. You can
But
group them.
strongly or normally? Just disagree
It's
or
uh
strongly?
no, strongly.
Okay, those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support.
Wait, what? What? Go again?
So someone is able to work but does not choose to work, so should they be supported by the society, which is comprised of people who are working to benefit all the people? So this person, he is a person, he's a human, but he is choosing not to do his required role in society. He is able to work, but he chooses not to. So should he be supported by society? Should he be given the same rights as people who are working hard as hell? Maybe not like not human rights, but more so like, I don't know.
Agree. Not strongly, but
Should
agree because
okay,
he might have his reasons.
okay. So he should not expect society support.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a not political thing technically, but it can be like assumed as a political idea. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. So like when you are
Wait,
not
what?
like when you are like upset over something, instead of thinking about the thing that makes you upset, you distract yourself with other like positive things.
Yeah, agree.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this isn't political.
But you can think of it as a political thing. Like when there's a problem in the country, the government can try to distract you with like some other advantages, but that issue is still there. That's all I'm saying. First generation immigrants can never fully be integrated within their new country. First generation immigrants means like people who live in one country and they chose to move to another country. So like second generation means their parents did that. Third generation means their grandparents did that. So it's based on like that immigration this thing. So for
So you
us,
couldn't. So you wouldn't call our parents Arab, but we could be called Arabs.
see, UAE is a different thing because none of us can be called Arabs. But if our
Okay,
parents
suppose we. Okay,
move,
Canada. So we
yeah,
could,
example, yeah, so we could be technically called Canadians.
but they can't.
That's the question. can they never be fully integrated, like fully, or can they be like integrated? Can they be considered American, or like I'm talking about American, Canadian? I was reading something about America when I was googling stuff like this. I just googled all these questions just to know like other opinions.
I'd say, yeah, no, they shouldn't be integrated.
They shouldn't be integrated.
Yeah.
Why? What's your reasoning?
I don't know, because, like, there's always that internal. What do I say? Like,
But should they be treated differently than
no, no,
other
no, no,
people?
no, but you can't be called a Canadian, that's it. No.
No, but it's not about like the legal, like Canadian passport thing. We're talking about like that society thing. It's like, can you be
I
treated
mean,
the
I
same?
guess. You can be treated the same. I just don't think you could be called an Indo-Canadian, just not fully Canadian. Like how what is Superwoman like that? Is she American? I don't know.
She's Amazonian. Wait, no,
I don't know what
wait.
that means.
Who are you talking about?
Superwoman,
Oh,
right?
you're talking
Isn't
about.
she
I'm
Canadian
talking
and
about.
Indian?
I thought of Wonder Woman for some reason. Oh yeah, she's Canadian.
And
She's
Indian. But no, yeah, I think
her
where are
parents
parents
are
from?
her parents are from India, but they moved to Canada. So she's a second generation.
Yeah, I think she should be an Indo-Canadian.
Wait, Lily
Anglo,
Singh should be
what's
an
it called?
Indo,
Yeah,
but
Anglo's wait England,
but
right? No, okay.
no
Yeah.
wait. Lily Singh was born in Canada. Like her parents immigrated, not her. She was born in Canada. She
Why is
was
this so
raised
difficult?
in Canada. If you actually
Then
go
yeah, then
to,
her parents. Yeah, yeah. Then
but
yeah,
if you
parents.
look at her, this thing, it says Indo-Canadian.
I guess. Hmm. No, I think parents shouldn't be like first generation shouldn't be integrated, but like after that, it's fine. Like they can.
Disagree strongly.
No,
What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Basically,
not really.
what
Like
benefits the most successful companies also benefits us in
no,
the long
Facebook
term,
they
at
get our
least.
data,
Okay, so
privacy.
strongly disagree or disagree?
Disagree. Like it's not all companies, but yeah, most
No
people say.
broadcasting institution, however independent its context, should receive public funding. Broadcasting means TV, radio, all that stuff.
Oh, like
Public
Twitch.
funding.
Okay, so for example, Twitch shouldn't receive public funding no matter how
I don't
independent their
use Twitch
context.
and all. Use like
Yeah, even
news
I don't.
channels. News channels. No, I'm talking about don't
Okay.
use Twitch in this
Manorama News,
context.
for example, does
Yeah, okay. Manorama News. Manorama News, if they are paid by the public, does that really make them like their context is that they are independent, they decide their this thing, so should they receive public funding? Public funding can also sway their opinion, because like if the right wing people support them more, they can move their news to be more biased to the right wing to get more money from them, or if it's left wing, the opposite. Stuff like that. Like when you talk about independent news, the ideology is that it's an unbiased this thing, but also like they it's it's a business at the end of the day, so you have to think from both sides. So what do you think?
No, I think agree. I think they should get public funding. I mean, disagree then. Wait.
You think they should get public funding?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh yeah, we have to go back to the abortion question.
Oh God. Um.
Quick, quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I need an answer.
Life.
Pro-life,
Life. Yeah. Yeah.
but not strongly.
No, strongly.
Strongly agree that abortion should be
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
Next. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counter-terrorism. I will
I
have
don't
to
know what that
Google.
means.
I will have to Google this because I do not know exactly what that means.
Can you like save this or something? I have to sleep soon.
Oh yeah, bro. We might have to continue this next episode. You know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
end it here. This is page 4 of 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's get to halfway then.
Yeah, we finished halfway. We only have 2 pages left. Actually, we no 3 pages. We have 3 pages.
4, 5, 6.
Okay, so yeah, it was nice knowing your
Yeah, we're
political
dying,
opinions
bro.
on
It's
certain
nice knowing you.
things. But yeah, it was great talking to you, and I hope we can do this. We can
Likewise.
have this like as a part 1, part 2 thing. We can record this like tomorrow or something, day after tomorrow. But yeah, this is the end of the PongalCast. Thanks for watching. Man, the gas is still coming from the shawarma I ate.
Speaking, when are we doing that thing?
But I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow, considering I just ate shawarma today. Like, I don't want to eat every single day shawarma.
Yeah, I don't think I can
I
do it
will
tomorrow.
I will mainly do it in summer vacation. That's the plan. The whole idea is summer vacation. I will
Yeah,
edit this.
I doubt anyone's going to India.
There are like a very few people.
Who? If they go, they can't come back, right?
This person.
When was the last time he went?
I'm not
That
sure,
might be why.
but his parents want to go, and like he told his parents like there's a chance they won't be able to come back, and they were like, okay. So he is going, unless
How
there's
are
some
things in
major
Kerala?
issue.
I know in North India it's like gone case.
Not as bad, but still bad. So yeah, thanks for watching PongalCast, man. It's been a while.
They will not make it here.
Oh yeah, they will not make it here.
You
If
could
you
say
make,
anything. Say the N word also. Why not?
no, I have some moral values. Okay, some political
So
ground
if
I
only
have.
some people did.
But thanks for watching. If you watched till the end, you're either a real one or you're a jobless idiot who needs to find something else to do. So
Probably the second.
probably the second. So thanks for watching. Please like, share. Don't share this actually. Share some of my good videos. Share some of the other PongalCasts.
Share music, bro. Stream Ash Camel, Spotify, YouTube.
Yes, stream Ash Kaimal. New music coming very soon. Like very soon. I'm almost done with the song which I'm gonna release soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And like thank you Madhav for coming. Thank you everyone for listening, and good night.